Hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing well. We are back with. There we go. Okay. Back doing this type of format for today, but today's stream is going to be more relaxed because I'm not feeling very well today. Don't have a lot of energy, so I think we're just going to chat for a little bit. Well, trying to plug my phone in. There we go. Okay. So, hello. Alina, good to see you. Hello. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing well. What has been happening on this Friday? Oh, new subscriber. Lovely. Let's see, 1 second. Okay. I was having some technology issues earlier, so that's why I'm a little bit late. Had some tech issues. So hopefully I don't have any more issues. So, yeah. Oh, why am I not feeling well? I don't know. Not sure, to be honest. So, hello. So, today, I think just some chatting. Let's see. I can tell you what I'm working on. There's a new video today. On my channel. It's all about my tattoo and how I got this tattoo, why I got this tattoo, etc. Because I've gotten quite a few questions about it, actually. So I decided it was time to make a video about it. And so yeah. Don't push myself too hard. Well, I've got a lot of things to do, so I am trying not to push myself too hard. A little bit, but not too hard. I'm trying to, balance everything. So yeah, but I think I'm still taking care of myself. So thank you for your concern. Oh, and you watched it. Oh, it was good. Oh, good. I'm really glad. That you enjoyed the video. So I am practicing with a different what's the right way to say it? I've been practicing with a different format or a different method of making videos. I am trying to make videos that are more not so scripted, because before I would spend a lot of time writing my videos first and then just reading what I wrote. So my videos used to be very scripted because I wanted to make sure that I said everything exactly the way I wanted to say it and that I didn't forget anything, things like that. But now I'm trying to do something different. Now I'm trying to get better at speaking in a video without writing things down first. So my goal is to become a better speaker, but also make videos that are more natural. So yeah, that's what I've been working on with my 2 previous podcast episodes and the video for today. So, welcome to our new subscriber. Welcome. Hello. Akil, welcome back. Welcome back. How are you doing today? I hope that you and Alina and Neelam were all able to connect. Hopefully that all worked out. I hope it worked out. I do want to eventually create a space for, learners to come together and connect and practice and ask questions and things like that, collaborate. That is something that I'm working on. So, yeah. So let's see. This is a little bit high. Okay, there we go. Hello. Pave, welcome back. Demuthu, welcome back. Good to see you. Good to see familiar names. So good. I'm glad. I'm really glad that you guys were able to connect. I'm really glad. I'm doing okay today. Thank you for asking. Is rewriting text from a book with a pen a good method? It depends on your goal. So rewriting text from a book can be a good method, but I think it depends on what your goal is. So if you can tell me a little bit more about your goal, I can probably help with that. So, hello to Ecuador. Amazing. Hello. Hello to Ukraine. Hello. Can you tell me, please, how many new words should I learn per day or per week for more effective learning? So there's no magic number. It's the right number is whatever number you can maintain consistently. So consistency is key. So if you can consistently learn 5 words a day, or 10 words a day, 20, whatever number, if you can maintain that every day over time, over months and months, whatever that number is, that's the right number. But it depends on your situation. It depends on how much time you have, how motivated you are, what resources you want to use, what your goals are, things like that. So I would say that whatever number of words per day, per week that you can maintain over time, go with that number. And you might have to experiment for a little while to see what you can maintain, because maybe you start with 5 words a day, let's say. And okay, you can do that maybe for 2 weeks, but then after 2 weeks you burn out. Okay, so then in that case, 5 is too much. So maybe it's 2 words a day. And this number can change over time. But I think it is good to have a minimum number in mind. Like, okay, a minimum 2 words a day, 1 word a day, right? So I would say, again, no magic number. It's whatever number, whatever amount you can maintain over time. I hope that helps. Hey, remember words and how they are spelled correctly. Okay. So in terms of remembering, for some people, rewriting is a very good method. It depends on you. If rewriting words helps you remember them, brilliant. Fantastic. But that might not work for everyone. So again, experiment. I know I say this a lot, but that's because in my experience, it's true. Everyone learns differently. And so that requires you to try different things and see what works, what doesn't work. So now in terms of spelling, I think rewriting can be helpful for that, for spelling, but also reading a lot. Reading a lot can really help you with your spelling as well. So experiment. Try a few different methods and see what works for you. Try rewriting text for, a couple of weeks and see what happens. And if it starts to help, brilliant. Hello. Moro, welcome back. Your tattoo is nice and amazing. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's see. Best method is to remember and use them. If you don't use them, it'll be a few. Yeah. So there is an expression, use it or lose it. So there is a lot of truth to that. If you don't use it, then you'll lose it. So practicing words that you're going to use the most often is probably going to be a better use of your time. I don't understand every word and sentence. Can you give me the best method for beginner? So, in my opinion, understanding every word and every sentence is not the goal. I think that spending some time trying to understand every word, every sentence is useful. But I think in general, the goal should be to understand the general message. That's like first goal. So I think that a lot of people think that, I have to understand every word. You don't. You don't have to understand every word. So do you understand the message that someone is trying to give you? So in a video, a movie, TV show, do you understand the general message? You don't have to understand every word to understand the general message. So I think that a lot of people focus too much on, I have to understand every word. You don't. You don't have to understand every word. You don't. Well, hello. Arnab, welcome. Nice to meet you. Been following your English lessons. Really appreciate how clearly you explaining Scott. I'm very glad. Thank you very much for saying so. You're good. Oh, thank you very much. Lida. Sorry if I say your name wrong, but thank you very much. Marcio, let's see. Are you a teacher? I am a teacher. I am an English teacher. I've been teaching since 2019. So 6 years. I have been teaching for 6 years. Currently, I teach privately. So I have private students that I teach. I'm not currently accepting new students. I want to be able to accept new students soon. So if you are interested in that, then my website has a wait list. Like I said, I don't know exactly when I will be able to accept new students. There's a lot of things happening in my life that I don't share on the internet, and that's why I can't accept new students right now. But eventually, I know I will be able to eventually. So, hola, hello to Brazil. Hello. Here it's 5:02. What time is it there? My current time, I can write this down actually. My current time is 9:34 a.m. A little bit after 9:30 in the morning. That's my current time. I want to improve my vocabulary level. What do I have to do? So, everyday English tips. So, I was saying this before as well. Everyone learns differently. So, there are a lot of different methods for learning vocabulary, and you have to figure out what works for you. So you have to figure out by experimenting, trying different things, how do you find new words? How do you practice new words? How do you understand them? How do you, get them into your head? How do you practice them? How do you remember them? Those are all different parts that you have to figure out what works for you. So for me, for example, I've tried things like flashcards, using apps like Anki. And I used to do that every day. But then I realized that flashcards are too boring for me. So I couldn't do it every single day anymore over a long period of time. So I stopped. So for me, I like learning vocabulary by watching videos. And when I see a word that makes me curious in the subtitles, then I think, oh, I wonder what that is. And I look it up either in a monolingual dictionary or translate. And then I have the word. It's like, oh, okay, cool. So, for example, I have been listening to this song recently that's a mix of French and English. And I was looking at the words in French. I was looking at the lyrics. And I understood some of them, but not all of them. And so there were certain words that I was curious about, and I followed my curiosity and I looked it up, and now I know the word, and now it's in my head. So improving your vocabulary level is about figuring out what works for you, and most importantly, what you can maintain over time. Now, you don't have to do the same thing all the time, but are you doing something? Because that's the key. It's consistency. That's what will improve your English in general. Is just, are you doing something a little bit every day? Hello to Brazil. Hello. I found a person, her English is better than me, so I'll have a conversation with him to practice more. Oh, okay. I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Thank you for connecting us. No problem, Alina. I'm really glad that you guys were able to connect. I'm really glad. Very, very glad. Hello to Egypt, Bangladesh. Arshibush, welcome back. Good to see you. You're working. Okay. No worries. I hope you have a good, normally we would say have a good shift, because you have like a shift is an amount of work during the day, during a day. So have a good shift, I guess. Hello to Kurdistan. Hello. Hello to Turkey. Lots of different countries today. Love to see it. Oh, you like my videos. Thank you very much. I'm very glad. Yes. So consistency is key. Like I said, there is no best way to learn English. The method is, it doesn't really, it matters, but it's not as important. Like, what's more important is consistency. So what you do consistently, I think, is not super important. It's not as important. Yeah, so so consistency. Yep. Love learning English. I'm glad. I'm really glad. That's the thing as well. Enjoying it is also really important, and like following your curiosity. Oh, thank you so much, Arshibush. Thank you so much for the super sticker. You're very kind. Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good work day. But yeah, like having, oh dear, I lost my train of thought. That's a good expression, actually. I lost my train of thought. So train, like, choo-choo, like a train. We say to lose your train of thought is like you were thinking something and then it just disappeared. So that just happened to me. I lost my train of thought. We were talking about, learning. Love learning English. That's what we were talking about. I think actually wanting to learn English is a really big part of it, because I saw that a lot. I saw the opposite of that a lot when I was first teaching. I first started teaching on VIP Kid many years ago, and I saw all of my students. Some of them were super excited to learn English, but most of these kids, they didn't care. Like, they didn't want to learn English. They were learning it because their parents were making them learn it. And I saw the effect that had. And so that's one reason I left VIP Kid, because so many of these kids didn't care about learning English. So I think wanting to learn English and liking English and enjoying it, being curious, that is such an important part. That's not something someone can give you. Like you have to have that yourself. So I'm really glad that you love learning English. I'm very, very glad. How can I find out the days and times of the live stream? Aha. Taliesin, I have an answer for you. That's my schedule. Fridays, Sundays, around 9 a.m. Eastern time. That's for everybody. And then Saturday mornings, I have a private live stream just for my champion members. Let's see. The method is just a tool. Right. Yeah. And you can use whatever tool works for you. So yeah, it's just consistency. That's the most important thing. Let's see. Oops. Hold on. Sorry with chat. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Kurdistan. I've heard of it. I don't know anything about it, but heard of it. The name sounds familiar. Hello. Oh, hello to Japan. Hello. We can change the method to entertainment. So yeah, like finding a method that is entertaining for you. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. I think that especially nowadays, finding something that is entertaining is very, very useful because there are so many things around us that are pulling our attention. And so finding something in English that is interesting for you, very, very important. So that's one of the things about learning that I think is not talked about enough. Like, find things that are interesting for you. For me, with French, I found channels on YouTube that were about topics that I was interested in. So topics like books. I found YouTube channels from French creators that talked about topics that I liked. I didn't understand everything, but over time, I was able to understand the general message. And so even if you don't understand everything, that's okay. Like I said, the goal is not to understand everything 100%. You do not have to understand every single word, every single sentence. You don't have to. Because even if you're just listening, that is input for your brain. And your brain is working in the background. So even if you don't realize certain things, like you don't consciously understand something, that's okay. It's still data for your brain. And this is how you can actually learn things without thinking about it. But you need the input. So there are certain words that I know in Chinese and French, Spanish, Portuguese that I don't remember learning, but it's because I was listening a lot. So I personally think that the more you listen, the better. Personally, because listening is how we all learned our native languages. We just listened. So, that actually connects to, I see a question about shadowing. Do you believe in the shadowing method for learning better English? I think shadowing can be very useful. Yes. I think that it definitely has its uses. I think it's definitely one tool in the toolbox. I think it's good for things like learning the learning the rhythm and pattern and intonation of a language. Because what we usually do is we listen and then when we repeat, very often we're very influenced by our native language. But when you shadow, it kind of forces a closer match to what you're hearing. So, yeah, so shadowing, I think shadowing is a good technique. I don't use it a lot, but I will do it for things like music. I'll sing along with music. Like I said before, there's a song I'm currently listening to that is a mix of French and English. And so singing along with a song is shadowing. That's exactly what shadowing is. So it helps build that knowledge or that awareness between your mind and your mouth. So, yeah. Let's see. Okay. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Hello to Turkey. Hello, hello. The difficulty for me is maintaining my interest in studying over the long term. Yeah. So now here's something else I'll say about that topic. Don't expect your interest to stay consistent. So this is something that is talked about in Atomic Habits. So in this book right here, Atomic Habits, he talks about how if you want to have good habits, you cannot build your habits on things that change. So things like interest, motivation, that changes over time. So having good habits and being consistent with your language learning, it needs to be something as common in your day as brushing your teeth. Like every day you're going to brush your teeth. So learning English should be in your day like that. And so it doesn't matter if you're interested. Being interested helps. Especially, I think it does help with that consistency, following your curiosity. But when you're not interested, you should have a system. You should have good habits in place. But also, now I say all of that, even though I just said all of that about interest and consistency, it is okay to take a break as well. That is also okay. I did that with French. I'm still doing that with French and Chinese. I'm not currently learning any languages or actively. And so you can take a break. You can. The same way you can't become fluent in English or become fluent in any language in a week or a month, you are also not going to forget what you've learned in a week or a month. So it's the same thing like going to the gym, to build muscle. You can't build muscle. You can't build muscle in a week. So if you take a break, you're not going to lose that muscle in a week. So that's another thing to consider. Consistency over intensity. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. What time do you think for studying any English activity? Like what time in the day? I mean, that I don't think it really matters when. I have some students who like to start their day with an English class. So, for example, one of my students, always has her class with me. It's the same time every week, once a week at 5 a.m. for her. 5 a.m. her time. It's the first thing she does in the morning. She has an English class. So she starts her day with English. Now, I personally think that's pretty hardcore. But she's very, very motivated, very dedicated. So it's not surprising to me. But I think what time, if we're talking about a specific time in the day, I don't think it really matters. But if you're talking about an amount of time, that really depends. It depends on what you're doing. I think ideally, English is just kind of part of your day. You're listening to English music or you're listening to a podcast while you go to work or something like that. So I think that if you need to make a block of time for studying English, keep in mind that it does take your mind 5-10 minutes just to switch to English. So I would say at least 15 minutes every day, at least, just to give your brain enough time to switch into English. Because I see this with my students during class. The first 5-10 minutes, I can see my student, their brain is still switching to English. So the first 5-10 minutes of class is usually the most difficult. So I would say, how much time every day to study English? At least 15 minutes, personally. But it depends on your life and your situation and what you want to do. Okay, a few more questions. If you weren't a teacher, what would you like to do? Oh, that's a very good question, Pave. That is an excellent question. It's really funny because ever since I was a kid, I have wanted to be a teacher. When I was a kid, I used to play teacher, and I don't know, I've always wanted to be a teacher. So if I wasn't a teacher, what would I like to do? Well, I did want to be a writer, or I was a writer. I wanted to be an author for a very long time, for 15 years. I was writing all the time, and I got my master's degree in creative writing. So I did want to be an author and a creative writing teacher. But it didn't work out that way. I don't write anymore. And there's a reason why, but It's not really something I want to get into. But that's a very good question, and I appreciate it. I appreciate that question. Practicing make a man perfect. Consistency beats intensity. Yep. I hate shadowing. Can I have other activities with similarities? So, what about singing to English songs? Because that's what works for me. I don't like shadowing speaking personally. I don't really like it very much myself, but I do like singing to songs in that language. So how do you feel about singing along with English songs? But if you don't like shadowing, I mean, you don't have to. It can also just be listen and repeat. It doesn't have to be at the same time. But I do recommend practicing those muscles. So even if you're not shadowing, listening and repeating is still, I think, a very important practice. So, thanks a lot for your kind advice. Oh, you're very welcome, William. Thank you for your questions. So I think we're probably going to wrap it up for now. Let's see. I don't like shadowing. I prefer reading and listening. I'm the same way. Anderson, I'm the same way. I also don't really like shadowing very much, but that's also because my goal is not to speak. I like to learn languages because it's interesting. I don't focus on speaking. It doesn't mean that I don't speak at all. That's not what I mean. But I don't focus on it. It's not my main goal. I prefer reading and listening as well. I like to be able to understand what people say or what I read. Yeah. So I'm the same way. I'm the same way. So, alrighty. So tomorrow we have another stream if you are one of my champion members. Okay. It's a private stream tomorrow, but for everyone else, I have another stream on Sunday. How's a better way for learning phrasal verbs? Because when I only read a list of these, I'm always bored. You're always bored. Interesting. Okay, I actually created a course teaching phrasal verbs. It's not available yet, but I wonder if it would work for you. Yeah, phrasal verbs are hard. Phrasal verbs are hard. That's why I decided to make a mini course about phrasal verbs, because they are hard to learn. They're tricky to teach. So keep an eye on my channel. In the next few days, I'm going to be launching a phrasal verbs mini course in the next few days. So, well, thank you all so much for being here. Make sure to check out my new video today about my tattoo. There's a new video on my channel about how I got my tattoo and why I got this word, why I got choice and not something else, not a flower or something. I know flowers are very, very common. So there's my new video for today. Make sure to check it out. And if you are one of my champions, I hope to see you tomorrow. If you are not, that's okay. I will see you on Sunday. All right. So thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for your questions. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Friday, and I hope to see you again soon. All right. So bye, everyone. See you.